This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News. Hey family, how you doing today? And so today I come to you with another subject, and I want to play the video, okay? And this is basically about a white woman who sends 5 teenagers to jail and lied in her testimony. And I'm going to show you the video here, and then I'll come back with commentary.
The key witness who recanted her testimony in a video deposition shown to commissioners yesterday, today appeared as a live witness, answering questions from those same commissioners. Jessica Black spent several hours testifying how Winston-Salem police threatened a 16-year-old with prison if she didn't tell them what they wanted to hear.
When I went in there through that interrogation, when I first sat down with them, I told them the exact thing I just sat here and told y'all about where we went. Off get-go, I was told I was lying, and it was a constant beat me down over I'm lying.
And how Forsyth County prosecutors provided her with a script telling her what to say during the trial.
This is what you said, so go ahead and take us home with you. Prepare for what you're fixing to go through. And that's what I did.
Black recanted her testimony, saying she never saw the murder of Nathaniel Jones. Commissioners asked her today why, after all these years, she's decided to come forward.
What were you expecting to happen by coming forward and changing your story?
That everything be set right the way it should be, and what happened in those rooms and stuff be known. Like what I mean, just that everything was set straight.
Black was the only eyewitness to the murder. Her testimony helped convict 5 Winston-Salem teenagers, 2 of whom, Nathaniel Cawthon and Rayshawn Banner, who remain in prison today. Commissioners asked Black what she would say to the families of the young men who went to prison, thanks in part to her false testimony.
And I'm sorry that I gave false testimony, and I'm sorry that I'm just sorry.
One of the commissioners noted today that it was clear to him Jessica Black had suffered a traumatic experience with this case and asked whether or not she had ever gotten professional help. Ms. Black answered when she was 19 or 20 years of age, she did get help. In Raleigh, Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
So I make this video, and particularly for young black men. Okay, here's a fine example of how 5 teenagers were minding their business or doing whatever the hell they were doing, and they were accused of a murder they did not commit. Here's a young lady who waited almost 20 years later to say, hey, I made a mistake. I lied because I was coerced to do so. So these black men basically did their whole bid. And there's actually 2 that's in prison right now for a murder they did not commit. Witness who recanted is grilled by panel. Woman helped implicate 4 teens in the murder of Chris Paul's grandfather. For hours Tuesday, Jessica Black tried to explain why she said she lied in 2 separate trials that resulted and 5 teenagers getting convicted of robbery and killing Nathaniel Jones, the 61-year-old grandfather of NBA star Chris Paul. She appeared on the second day of a hearing in Raleigh in front of a North Carolina Innocent Inquiry Commission, which is re-examining the case and considering whether 4 of the 5 teens, now men in their 30s, are really guilty of murder. 2 of the men, Nathaniel Arnold Catherine and his brother Richard Denard Banner, are each serving a life sentence with parole. Chris Lavon Bryant and Jamal Tolliver were convicted of second-degree murder and had since been released. Terrell Brayboy also was released from prison but was stabbed to death outside a food line. She testified that she drove the teenagers who she had befriended a month or so prior from the area where Jones' house was. She told jurors that she sat outside a picnic table and heard a man, presumably Jones, screaming. She also said that before the attack, she heard several other teenagers outlined plans to rob Jones. Commissioners, however, pushed her for details on remembering the facts from November 15th, 2002. She said she picked up the four teenagers, okay, and they went to her house with plans to change because they were going to attend a party. She picked up four Negroes, okay, one white girl, because they were going to change and go to a party. This is her testimony. Those plans changed, and they ended up driving, smoking marijuana, and making stops at a bowling alley in Winston-Salem, Haynes Mall, and Midway. But Black said she couldn't remember exactly who was with her. At another point in her testimony, she said she was certain that the teenagers were with her from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., 4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on November 15th, 2002. Okay, she maintained throughout the hearing that Winston-Salem police detectives coerced her into making false statements, and that she was scared, so she would be charged. She was scared that she would be charged, and they would send her to prison. I feel like they got what they wanted, she said. Okay, brothers, let's think about this situation. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to tell you, who to date. You know what I'm saying, or who to have sex with. But what I'm trying to tell you is to be smart. These police out here are vicious, and more every day, it's coming out who they are. And so, therefore, if you are a black man in America, you need to start thinking about how you're where you're at, what you're doing, and how you spend your time. I know we're free, and I know that we have rights, but the legal system does not care about that. They will trample all over that. It only took this one white girl to say, she didn't say she was raped. She just said that they committed crimes. She heard some people. She heard a man screaming. That's all she heard. They didn't say anything about fingerprints. Of course, there's a lot of additional information that's missing from this, but they didn't say anything about fingerprints. They didn't say anything about a weapon. They didn't say anything about any other evidence that they have provided. So this goes to show you how quick you can get in that system. And I'm telling you, when you're before a jury who's scared and don't care about your black ass, you're going to get life like they got life. And they're looking for an opportunity to turn you into a criminal. Remember, they want to turn you into a criminal so they can kill you or incarcerate you. Okay? And they ain't got to have a reason. Like they can just make some shit up. Like they did with this young lady. And it's real easy. You 18 years old, 19 years old, and you out here, you think you're having fun, you popping mollies, you smoking weed, you're drinking, you're having a good time, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, it just takes something like this, a racist officer, and now you're in jail for life. And this young Karen sat there for 20 or 18 years and did nothing. Said for 18 years. And then suddenly she's crying. And when you listen to the video, when she cries, someone says, oh, no, oh. Like, what are you serious? Why aren't they trying to put some charges on her? Why aren't they going after the investigators? Why aren't they going after that captain that was in charge of those detectives that made this happen? Why aren't we hearing that news? No. But they're talking about they want to let these guys go. Why they're not out yet? So fam, I just wanted to make this video. Once again, being black in America, you got to be careful, man. They take one false move and you're locked up forever. This is Black View, bringing you the Black News.